Yeah, if you are ready, then I have my summary here from last session, which is just yesterday.
Yay!
So last session began with the ritual to allow Lulu to retrieve her memory of the last time she saw Zariel,
Way to go.
helping guide Lulu through these memory visions. You saw various things. You got a glimpse of Zariel's lieutenants, Harriman, Lantheus, Yander, and Yale. You saw the Hell Riders ride into Avernus. You battled demons in the dreamscape to give Lulu the courage to continue on through the traumatic memory. You witnessed the retreat of the Hell Riders and Yander in Avernus, abandoning Zariel and the remainder of her forces. And you witnessed Zariel's defeat at the hands of devils. You also saw Zariel bestow her sword with a fragment of her celestial essence and entrust it to Yale and Lulu to protect. Once the ritual was over, Lulu was very eager to go see Harriman. You guys not so keen for some reason on that. Lulu thinking he may remember her and have some useful information or be willing to help. Maggie also suggested that there were other brokers of information who may be willing to help for the right price, as well as suggesting that certain active players in the politics of the Nine Hells may have interest in a plot that would unseat Zariel as Archdevil. Jelly communicated briefly with Gazra the Arcanoloth, who you had encountered previously in El Turil.
And insulted.
To set up an exchange of information. Oh, there's a loud phone noise there.
Just my laptop freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, to set up an exchange of information to determine the next time Mordenkainen's tower may be making an appearance in Avernus. Mordenkainen being a very powerful living legend of a wizard that Amity has heard of before.
But he's like, who that?
You then asked Maggie about her hair dyes, which she proudly showed off, and you asked her if she wouldn't mind helping you out with that. Jelly went to collect Nim, in the process asking if she would like to leave the Knucklebones, but Nim didn't seem to have much interest in that, though she would join Jelly for the evening. And as that conversation was unfolding, Maggie explained the purposes of soul coins to Amity. And that was last session. So we will pick up in Maggie's workshop. Amity and Lulu already there, and Jelly just arriving back from your conversation with Nim. You can see that Maggie has the kind of black leather beanbag set out, and she's fiddling with some jars and a mortar and pestle on one of her worktops.
I go in and I say, Maggie, is there anywhere I can freshen up?
Oh, right. Are you looking for a bath or something like that?
Yeah. A quick one, though.
A quick one. Yes, well, if you just head through that door there, then see the third door on the left.
I'm just running like, okay, bye.
Like, wait, Jelly, I want a bath too.
What?
I want a bath too.
You want a bath too?
Yeah.
All right. Fuck it. Gal bath time.
Gals. It's just like the bathhouse all over again.
Exactly.
Let's all go for a nice bath.
You head down, you open this door and head down a hallway that's kind of like hewn into the side of this rocky hand-like formation. And there are various doors going off of it. And you open the door Maggie suggested, and inside there's a very basic kind of bathroom setup here. There's a big kind of tin bath, and there are barrels of water, or at least there are barrels of different liquids.
Okay.
There's means here to heat up the water as well.
Do I have something I can just...
Some coal and the likes.
All right, start heating up some water for me and Amity.
Okay.
Oh, I can start fireboating.
Yeah, we just tip the water and you can just blast.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
We'll do.
probably not as spacious as the time you guys went to the bathhouse together, but yeah, you got to make do in hell, I guess.
Make it work.
Sure do.
Yeah.
As we're
So-
setting up, I'm just filling it in on my hot date that I've managed to arrange
Yeah.
this evening. But I did speak to her about maybe coming with us. She seems to know a lot about hell, and you know, I didn't know if she really liked to hear very much, but it seems like she's for whatever reason pretty keen to stay. I think she sees these people as her family, right? So
Yeah, I mean, if Maggie's getting food from the fucking Feywild, she's
I
got
know.
a sweet
Holy
gig.
shit.
I wonder if that's still tastes like shit though, because we're still in Avernus. Like,
Well, that's a good point. I just assumed that it wouldn't. But yeah, I mean, why wouldn't it, right? Any food.
I guess we'll find out.
Guess we'll find out. Yeah, if we can swipe a little bit. And...
Little nibble.
Did you find out about the hair dyes?
Oh yes, a variety of colours are on offer.
I don't know what to go for. I feel like
You
mine's
don't?
quite suited to being dyed. Like it's not very dark, so colour will stick to it hopefully very well. But I've never had a different colour in my hair, so
Yeah, well, I'm really excited.
I'm very excited. I don't know what colours to go for though. What colours does she have, Gav?
She set out quite a variety, and she was kind of mixing things together. So
Oh shit!
Any colour you want.
Oh.
Yeah, like a little rainbow, like the one streak that's just a rainbow.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go for maybe blue, like my pretty party dress.
Yeah, that'd be so
That'd be
cute.
nice. Maybe I'll go for that. Let's see. What about you? What colour are you gonna go for? Are you gonna get it all done? Or are you gonna just do a little bit?
I mean, I just want to get like a little bit done.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the color of your hair, Jelly, so I wanted to get like a little maybe just like half this side, like a little streak.
Keep that fair. And my armor, I've got like pink in my armor, so
Yeah,
I might do that. Oh, this dude is so cute.
we're so cute. Do you think Lulu can have some dye on her?
Is Lulu here with us? Where is Lulu?
she's still in the workshop. She didn't accompany you guys to the bath.
I think we can definitely try. What was that like when in the vision when we saw Lulu like massive? She was so badass.
She's so fucking big.
She's so cool.
Do you think her mammoth form's in the sword? Because she was a mammoth, and then when the sword was the building, she was.
Yeah, I don't really know what to make of that. Like, does that just mean like when she says it's a part of her? Yeah, it could mean like her powers and stuff. I thought it was just like her memory, but clearly her memory's in there. It's just took a little minute to get. So yeah, maybe her mammoth form.
Oh, Zariel's in.
Yeah, I know. Like that's the part we still don't understand is like how did she get from being pinned to the ground to being the archdevil of Avernus?
I assume Asmodeus made like a deal, right, with her? Like he said, like he was waiting for you.
Why? I mean, yeah, but I wonder why Zariel? Do you know? Of all the angels, which
And she's pretty fucking cool. That's why.
just pretty cool. But Gavin, do I know how many angels like Zariel?
There's a lot of angels.
Exactly, right? So,
There are a few
one
angels.
angel. Why fuck about with El Turo just to lead her into hell?
Mm.
The plot thickens.
Fucking Yander, right?
A bitch. I mean, at least we know he. I mean, I was gonna say at least we know he's dead, but do we? It's hell.
Yeah.
Souls here, maybe. And some
They got eviscerated, right, by the
hellfire. Yeah. When he
was a vampire, so him and fire immediately really don't get on.
That's true. If he is a vampire, yeah, he could be. He is Gonzo. So then we know what happened to Yale, kinda. I mean,
I guess she's that building now. That's that's all I got.
what were the other guys called?
Oh, the one that I got wrong. I keep saying Analius, but it's something else.
Olanthius.
Olanthius.
Alanthius.
That was one of the lovers.
Yeah.
And we don't know what happened to them, right? We only know Harima.
Harriman.
Would
you like me to type them out for you?
No, just say it slowly again.
Haruman.
Haruman.
Olanthius.
Haruman.
And Yale. I've typed them out in the Glasgow to Hell chat.
Oh, I have not put Yander right. Yander's got a Y.
Oh yeah, I put a Y. Oh yeah, Jander. Jander. Where do Lantheus go?
Maybe when we go see Haruman, I disguise self.
Maybe. But yeah, why
But
not?
then he'd be pissed when it's not him, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
But last resort, if he's coming at us,
yeah, just quickly transform them.
Don't be suspicious at all.
I mean, if he wants to know about like how much we know, if he's proof that we know like a fuck ton, we could be like, we know a bunch. But otherwise, yeah, I don't know. He would be pissed off at that.
Yeah. I mean, where the fuck are we gonna go, Jelly? Where's the Citadel?
We have no idea. This map doesn't really.
I mean, we'll wait for Gazra to get back to us.
Yep. Until we do that, is there anything like?
There doesn't seem to be any low-level items on this map. It's like, do you want to see Belle, Harriman, Freedom of Horrors, Tiamat?
Yeah, I know.
There's no like baby god to go see.
There's the
middle ground.
Where's all the chill shit?
Yeah,
I suppose with Bale, you know that the archdevils of the Nine Hells, Amity, you'd know this, each of them is kind of like a lesser god in terms of the power they wield. Bale, having been unseated as archdevil, you don't know what his current you don't know how much of that power he has retained. I believe you're aware that Bale is a pit fiend currently. But in terms of whether he is a particularly powerful pit fiend, you don't really know the current standing of Bale beyond that he was once archdevil and is now a pit fiend.
I mean, that fucking bitch. Let's go take him.
Yeah. Some of Onatu's shit's in there, right? So, thanks, right?
I don't think we should go see.
Where else can we genuinely? Where can we go though? We can head to the Demon Zapper Tower. Like we can start making our way there.
Yeah, but I don't like that we have to cross the sticks to do it. I know there are bridges, but
to me the bridges scare me almost more than just flying over the.
Oh,
the bridges are manned as fuck, and who knows what's manning those bridges? Probably like pretty strong things so that they can contain the demons, right?
Yeah,
but I don't know.
And do you think if we went to Harriman's Hill and then yeeted off the tip of that cliff, and then we could just get down, but then we go to the hell wasp's nest, which
I don't. But then wait, like what the fuck is this thing?
Yeah, what's that little dragon doing?
I don't want to see the dragon either.
What do you mean you want to see the black dragon?
I don't want to see anything here. I'm scary.
You want to go home?
I don't want to. Oh fuck! Once we get to this wizard, I'm just gonna ask him to take us home.
I can't remember what Wacky Warehouse is, I'll be real. I wrote down Wacky Warehouse and I can't remember what the fuck it is.
Yeah, what was Wacky Warehouse?
Right. Let's go back.
Can we point to the map and ask what this is? What's Wacky Warehouse? Or you can just tell us if
the cartographer didn't know what that was, so you just labeled it yourself as
did
Wacky
I?
Warehouse.
Good to know. Wacky Warehouse.
Okay, so the two options so far. Wait, what's this?
I don't know.
That looks like the cathedral.
Does it?
Yeah, because look, it looks like it's been like engulfed in like the world a little bit. Like it looks all red and like sore, and then it's like a white building, right?
Wouldn't we have seen it from...
Jelly, make an intelligence check.
Sarah, make an intelligence check. You dumb bitch.
I've actually seen the Citadel because it was in the vision as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, you will both have seen. I sent like a picture of it as well, so you're both aware of what it looks like.
Maybe I'm wishful thinking. Intelligence, just straight.
Yeah.
Does Jelly think that's the cathedral?
When we have seen it, because the question mark is where we think El Toro is.
Yeah.
So if that was the massive fucking Citadel, wouldn't we have seen it?
That's how big it is. Oh no!
I feel like I maybe actually just should say this because I don't know if it's just maybe a bit low res for you guys. That is Lucille, the pit fiend. That is the white pit fiend, Lucille.
Is that fucking big?
Lucille is, when you saw Lucille, they were not that big, but there seems to have been some artistic license taken with the map.
I swear, sorry. Well, hopefully, when you look at this back my screen, like
it does look like a building.
it looks a little bit like a building to me.
I can see if it was a wee bit low res, then it might look that way. I can guarantee you that is a white pit fiend.
I genuinely thought, like, did we just fucking miss it?
Yeah, I was like, we would have seen it from El Toro.
Yeah, you're right. When we were in El Toro.
What we should ask though is what the fuck's chained up here?
Oh yeah, because we're close there, aren't we?
What's that?
Hold on, wait till zoomies.
Do zoomies.
What this?
Yeah.
I know, it looks like a face. I think I said that at the time. It looks like
to me it looks like some dude like strung up, like those are his little hands.
Oh yeah, like that. Yeah, it
Yeah.
does actually.
But again, low res.
Again, yeah. So what that kind of is more like is more as if there is a mountain with a cave entrance at the bottom that looks like a screaming mouth, and two holes which lava are pouring from, which resemble weeping eyes.
Oh, I see it now.
Again, if it's a bit low res, it might be a bit hard to make it. That's what it's supposed to look like there.
Doesn't sound like something we'd be vibing with too well.
None of it.
None of it is.
Like, what's
it is hell.
There's like a red hole in this pit.
The pit is where that demon is.
Yeah.
Oh.
I believe it was Nim. That's where Koski. That is Koski's maw.
Oh yeah, I wrote down Koski.
The demon Koski is sealed away apparently.
Okay.
Oh right.
Let's just go see Harriman. Fuck it.
Yeah?
He's closest. I
mean Bel Air's closest. Who do we think's more scary, Harriman or Bel?
In the hierarchy of devils, Bel's scarier.
Even if he's lost. Just okay.
Just because he's just under Zariel. And Narzagons are just below Pit Fiend, so they're like pretty.
Okay. Yeah, and then we see him, and then we yeet off his hill. Oh, we hug the sticks so that we don't.
Well, we can't hug the sticks. There's fucking battle going on.
Oh, I know. Jesus fuck. And do we? Right. Here's another question. Do we want one of these here vehicles to? But then, like, we can only. It won't go across the sticks unless we go over a bridge, right? So.
Oh shit! You're right.
That's why we need Nim.
No shit. Right, we should ask about the bridges. How do we get across them?
Maybe the soul coins.
Yeah.
Maybe soul coins.
We get some soul coins.
Yes, we need to ask about the bridges. How do we get across?
Okay.
And Jelly needs to have sex with Nim.
Yes.
So good that she doesn't want to leave.
That low intelligence roll is getting out the bad ones.
Exactly. Gavin, let me roll some more to just flush it out. So that's our plan, Gavin.
Noted.
So
That's the plan.
let's get out of the bath because we're getting pruny.
Yeah, we are clean.
I'm gonna put my nightie on.
I put my heavy armor. No, I don't. Yeah. Okay. God, what is the plan? I guess we go back to see Maggie and Lulu.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys get yourself sorted after your bath, and you head back through into Maggie's kind of main workshop area. And as you walk in, Nim is there, sat on a beanbag now. She is seemingly kind of cleaned herself up a wee bit, so she doesn't have like the kind of like grease and oil marks all over her. And Barnabas is currently there having a conversation with Maggie. And Maggie sees your entrance, sees that you're in your nightie now, Amity. I was like, Barnabas, get out of here! Get out of here, Barnabas! Away you go! And Barnabas is like, kind of like, he like looks around confused. Like, okay, terribly sorry. And he like floats away.
What a sweetie.
And as you kind of enter the room, Maggie says, "I just said, take a seat, my dears, take a seat. And what kind of colours are we in the mood for this evening, then?"
All planned out.
It's all planned out. I described her the plan. I want like a little streak of Jelly's hair colour.
And vice versa.
I see. Ah, that's very sweet. Let me just make sure I've got the right. Right. Let me see. I just need to combine these two here and maybe for that kind of silvery look. Perhaps these four should go together.
Ooh,
Two parts
cool.
to that, to one part of that. Yes, they should work out quite well.
And Nim's just kind of lounging back. So just maybe redo the roots.
Oh yeah.
Yes, of course, Nim, of course.
Lulu,
And you see that.
want in?
Oh, of course, Lulu. Would you like anything?
And Lulu kind of like floats between you two. Can I have a bit of both of them?
Oh!
Yes, of course. I'll just make sure I have enough to go around.
Oh.
And it takes Maggie a little while to kind of prepare things. She's got 3 different bowls that she's putting these kind of paste-like substances into, and you can see that as she's working away, they do kind of each take on the colors you're looking for. And as she's working away, she does kind of look up and say,
Why don't you tell me a bit about yourselves, girls? You've been so helpful around here. Barnabas was just filling me in. You sounds like you've been very, very productive whilst I was preparing for the ritual, and it's so nice to have such helpful guests around. Tell me more about yourselves, my dears.
Who goes first?
Jelly, you've got the nicest story.
End on a low.
That works for Maggie.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, she's gonna hate this. She's gonna hate my story. I'll make sure to like amp up the suffering just to give her a wee hit. So like I talk a bit about my brother. The fact that I don't reveal where I'm from though. I don't say that I'm from Europe. I just say like my family owned a blacksmith. Grew up to be a blacksmith. Didn't really want to be a blacksmith. I wanted to do jewelry and shit. But then my brother died of unknown illness, and
as you're talking about that,
she just like
Maggie's like,
Oh, that must have been so terrible. Did he go quickly? Was it slow and drawn out?
very slow.
Oh, how awful, my dear. It must have been so awful for you. I can't imagine.
Very traumatizing, Maggie. Hearts to
Yeah,
hearts.
there, my dear. There, it's quite all right. You can feel free to open up all about it here. You're in good company.
Now, Jelly like starts off joking about it, but then she actually does start to get a little upset, so she like screws the car in a different direction. She talks more about Onatu and like all of the jewelry that she's been making over the years. She's like roughly getting shit out of her bag. She's like, Maggie, do you like this? Maggie, do you like these?
So she's not allowed to go, oh yes, very interesting, but she's clearly not as interested in this as she was in the story about your brother.
I just, she's enough of a hit off of my
just enough.
She got a good wee hit off that, yeah.
What is this?
This is what happens when you're pals with a night hag.
We love her.
We do love her.
You, my dear Amity, what about yourself?
I'm gonna start. Well, I'm an orphan, baby.
Oh, an orphan! Your childhood must have been really awful, my poor thing.
Oh yeah, I talk about like how the academy is really bad to me, how I was bullied, and how it was just really, really bad.
She kind of like stops what she's working on, kind of like stands by and just kind of like nodding sagely.
So much hardship you've been through, my dear.
I have look at my horns and all my scars here, and
Oh, you poor thing, you poor thing.
I'm a teen nurse.
And as Maya goes to kind of finish up the various hair dyes, Nim's just kind of been leaning back listening to all this. She's like, you two have been through a lot then, haven't you?
We're fucked. We fucked.
Well, welcome to hell, I suppose.
We fit right in.
Treating us well so far.
I mean, yeah, we're getting our hair done. Never in a million years would I have thought I'd be this would be happening when we got to hell, but it's a welcome surprise. You're both been very, very lovely to us. Thank you.
Fort Knucklebone's one of the nicer places down here.
Feels like a little haven in amongst the desert, an oasis.
Yeah, it really is. And with that, Maggie kind of finishes it. There we go. Now, who would like to go first?
Me!
Wonderful. She kind of brings this kind of like, this kind of light grey, kind of shimmery paste over. So now just show me, are you wanting just a little bit here?
Yeah, a little bit, like in my fringe and like a little bit down there.
She gets these kind of like tongs and she's like kind of pressing this like paste into your hair and kind of like streaking it down. She kind of finishes up and just don't touch that, just leave it for a little while. And she goes over to you, Jelly, and puts a little bit of some pink gel, some paste into your hair, kind of pressing it in. She then spends some time kind of sorting Nim's hair, re-greening her darker roots that are coming in. And then gives Lulu, she kind of like puffs up some of Lulu's hair on her forehead, and just kind of does like a little kind of half pink, a little half kind of silver.
Oh, it's so cute.
And after leaving that for a little bit, Maggie then comes around to the base and then kind of like washes the paste out. You can see that the hair has taken the color of the paste. So Amity, you now have a nice kind of silvery streak in your hair. Jelly, you've got a pink streak, and Lulu has two little bits of pink and silver.
She's like a little punk rocker.
Yeah, she is.
A little level
and Nim's hair is sorted out as well.
That's cool as fuck. We looking good. We looking fresh. Maggie, would you like us to do your hair?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's quite all right. I'm quite used to my hair looking like this. It's quite comfortable with it.
It does suit you.
Thank you. The only issue is sometimes it gets caught up in my goggles, you see. But
I'm
we
really
make
good
these
at braiding.
sacrifices for beauty, of course.
I'm really good at braiding hair. Do you want me to braid your hair? So it's not going to get caught?
Why not? Why not? And she kind of
Yeah,
like sits
yeah!
herself down
Oh
next to
my
you.
gosh,
Get out my hair comb and start braiding the hair like Fallister taught me.
Yeah, a nice dwarven braid.
This tiefling comes in speaking gnomish dwarven braids.
She is well travelled, that tiefling, by the seams of it.
Multicultural.
I also say, Maggie, so I've told you that I can do blacksmithing and jewellery making, but it is not my only feat.
Oh?
I'm pretty good with needle and thread, so if there is any clothing that you would like mended, I am at your service.
Oh,
Say thank you.
wonderful. Well, that would be very sweet of you. You see, and we just kind of make do with whatever we can find around here. But
Whatever
if
you
you
need.
would be able to do some small repairs here and there,
Please.
that would be marvelous.
Yeah, bring me the fabric and I will fix it
There's
right
spare
up.
fabric, so we can be kitted out in like hell gear.
Well, I'm sure we have
A
some
little
spare things lying around.
Hell clothes.
Amiti's going
And,
goth.
and once you're done braiding her hair, she kind of shuffles off and returns with various clothes that seem to be like, damaged or teared in various places, some that were quite heavily stained from the various things they work with here in Fort Knucklebone. There are clothes that are very clearly for the Kenku. There are things that seem to be for Nim, and there are some kind of shrouds and things for Maggie herself. And then she kind of like brings out some kind of scraps and things, and I'm sure you might be able to fashion yourself something from all of this.
Ooh.
Okay.
We can make little t-shirts
And
with the imps.
Oh,
Then names on imp 1, imp 2.
Oh,
Like the big
the
one.
bread. Yeah. I do
And the
all
thing,
of
the
that.
like material she's given you, they're mostly shades of browns and shades of reds, and quite similar to the kind of terrain of Avernus itself. You'll see in the see the picture of Mad Maggie I sent a while back.
Mm-hmm.
I can send it again actually. Imagine things typically in that kind of color. Nothing too colorful, but
What have I got on my Pinterest board? Let's go.
kind of hell scavenger, wander of the wastes type materials here.
I fashioned myself a new headband.
Oh,
Fabric, a nice red one.
a nice red
It's
headband.
pale jelly.
Hell,
It's a new arc.
Yeah, exactly. No. So
New arc, new
Oh,
wardrobe.
mine isn't.
I mend all of the clothes, and if possible, I don't think I can do it with mending, but for RP purposes, we could just say I make some of the imps little t-shirts.
Do you have proficiency in tailoring? I don't think you do you know? Roll a d20 and add your dex modifier.
Do you want Amity to do this?
I think Amity might be a better tailor than.
I mean, I can make my dress.
Please, yeah. How about we both? Can we both try?
Both of you make dex checks. Yeah. Neither of you have proficiency in tailoring, though. No.
I got no proficiencies. Oh.
Okay. So Jelly, you're able to make like pretty cute little. They're clearly kind of like patched and patchwork and kind of stitched together from various pieces of cloth that are similar-ish in color. Little kind of shirts for the imps that will seem about the right size. Amity, you put together something that is wearable as a dress.
Okay.
Can I ask Maggie to help me out while Jelly and Nim get it on?
Are you spitting it as bluntly as that to Maggie?
No. No. I'll just ask her like, hey, yours look really nice. I'm struggling. Can you help me?
Oh, of course, my dear. You made a start. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, my dear, you maybe shouldn't have used this stitching here. We might need to take that bit out.
I'm not really out practice.
I can see the ideas you are trying to implement, my dear.
Thank you.
And so you and Maggie spend some time kind of working on this dress.
I wink at Jelly. I'm like,
Me and them make ourselves scarce. Is the word I was looking for.
So,
Can I go back out into that hallway and just like peek into some of the rooms and see if there's a little, little place we can?
doesn't she have her own room?
Me? Oh, them.
these are like Maggie's like quarters essentially that you're about to go like rummage through.
Well, that would be really silly. Fuck, when we were heading to the bathroom, we should have just went like, oops, I'm really stupid. I've got really low intelligence, as we've seen. How big are the beanbags? I say to them, are these things comfier than what you're landed with?
No, I've got much nicer setup.
I thought I was impressing you with the beanbags, but clearly not. So
I think Nim kind of looks over at Maggie and Amity kind of hard at work on this dress. And it's like, Maggie, I think I'm going to call it a night there. She kind of gives you a wink, Jelly, begins heading out. And Maggie's like, yes, of course, my dear, of course. You mortals do need your sleep, of course.
And I'm gonna say, bye, folks, and I'm just gonna, I'm gonna race after her.
And Maggie is like, oh, right. Mortals. And for the rest of you kind of spend an hour or so with Maggie here working on this dress, Amity. Jelly,
I just like ask her general stuff about Avernus and get in my notebook.
Okay, is there anything particular you want to ask, or you're failing at the research journal by asking Maggie questions?
I swear that was something we were going to ask. Oh, we'll ask later. That's fine. No, I'm just asking general shit.
Jelly, is there anything in particular you would like to discuss or roleplay with Nim, or should we just go straight to the roles?
You just wanna fuck.
You know how this works by now. Dexter con save, your choice.
Saving throw. I forgot.
Oh no, sorry, just Dexter con.
It's been a while since we. Oh, it's definitely con.
It's always con.
Yeah, it's always con. Right, come on, big rolls.
You give yourself guidance. A little prayer
before you get to work.
Why not?
Yeah. Anatu would be in there.
Yeah.
I was going to say, funnily enough, it's not Torm that comes to assist you on this one.
Torm is having nothing to do with it.
Yeah, you can add guidance to this role.
It makes sense, just a little bit of courage.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm still rolling it.
Hey, how's Nim doing?
21.
21 in total there.
21, yo.
Damn.
So, Jelly, you and Nim have a wonderful evening together. You're led to her kind of quarters, and she actually does have a pretty good, like her bedroom, or like what would kind of serve as her bedroom, though there isn't much in the way of decoration. Mm-hmm. What is there in terms of its functional use? It's pretty good. Like the bed's very comfy. It's like very big for a gnome.
She's got a maid. She's got a place to be.
Seems like Maggie kind of looks after her pretty well here in terms of like giving her the things to meet her mortal needs, such as a good place to sleep.
Right.
So yeah, you and them have a wonderful evening together there. And Amity, you kind of finish up this dress, and it's looking a lot better now. Would you like to describe what you were going for?
Just like a dark reskin of my other one. Maybe.
Night mode Amity.
I see. Night mode
now. Good.
Okay. I can't wait to see
I'm leaning
drawings
into
of these.
Aesthetic. I got my hat.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Nice. So you've got your hat, you've got some new clothes to go with it, and as you're kind of finishing up on that, you kind of begin to yawn a bit, and you're feeling pretty tired. You guys have been up for a while now. You've been through quite a bit today.
Well, this is the day we
Night.
left. Oh, true.
That's why I was like, should we sleep?
What a
Yeah.
fucking...
So you guys have been up for quite a while now. Because when you got up in the morning, you said your goodbyes, left El Turo, took a wee bit of time to travel across El Turo. Then to get from El Turo to Fort Knucklebone was quite a few hours. Then it took a few more hours on top of that for Mag to set up the ritual. You guys kind of unwound after the ritual with your nice girls night in. So you're kind of getting tired and yawning away, and Mag goes, "Perhaps it's time for you to get some sleep as well, my dear. Do you have one moment. And she kind of goes through that door that leads into that hall, and you hear something kind of rummaging, and you hear something being like scraped along the ground. And she goes, "Yes, that might do." And she comes through and kind of ushers you through. You can see that she has like stacked up various boxes and put a kind of mattress-like thing on top of it. It's not quite what I usually have for the mortal knuckle bones, but it might work in a pinch.
That is better than I've been sleeping on for the past week or so.
Oh,
That's amazing, Maggie. Thank you so much. You're so
I
nice.
hope you get yourself a wonderful night's sleep there.
Well, you know, if I don't stick around, you know.
Oh, and how long have you been in Avernus for, my dear? Have you experienced the dreams that some mortals seem to experience down here?
Not yet.
Ah, yes. Well, it doesn't happen every night, of course, but just brace yourself for perhaps some unpleasant nightmares.
Okay, thank you, Maggie.
Well,
Enjoy.
tight.
Bon appetit. Go to sleep.
Maggie's just up against your door, like,
You're like,
I can taste it.
So
his teeth think if it's so much trauma in her.
oh, Maggie's loving having you around, Amity.
She'll be able to leave.
absolute feast.
So, could both of you make wisdom saving throws for me as you fall asleep?
Oh, before I do, can I cast mage armor on myself and then store mirror image in my ring of spell storing?
Oh, so you're basically like getting rid of a mage armor
Yeah.
from the ring to put mirror image in. Yep, you can do that, no worries.
Cool. Strength. Oh, wisdom save.
Wisdom saves from both of you, yeah. Jelly?
Fuck. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Is this magic?
Your gnome cunning doesn't count here, I'm afraid.
I
But
had
22.
mhm.
Stream.
But yeah, both of you sleep pretty soundly. And you both come to in the morning. Well, after you wake up feeling refreshed. You don't know how much time has passed because it is Avernus. There is no day-night cycle. But you can both give yourself the benefits of a long rest. So
Damn,
hit
how
dice
the
back,
fuck am
back
I
to-
fine? Holy shit.
I know, I am shocked. I am very
Are you sure you want to go back, Gavin? Because that was a low roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
What does that mean? Okay.
So
Can I please, sorry,
no, sorry.
I just want to get out of the way before I forget. Blessing of the Forge, my armor.
Armor, so +1 AC from Blessing of the Forge.
And oh wait,
And
no, I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna tinker some stuff, but nah, fuck it.
alrighty, so you guys wake up. And yeah, Amity, you wake up feeling pretty well rested. Jelly, you wake up in Nim's room, and Nim is kind of getting herself ready for the day because she's just like fastening her tool belt. And she just kind of gives you a smile as she sees you coming too.
Say, hey, that was hope you slept well.
Yes, certainly did. Don't get much company like that down here.
Do you have places to be?
Yeah, I should probably get to work, but
Probably. I give her the old persuasion.
I'm sure it can wait a bit.
Oh,
Round two.
Con.
Make your fucking roll.
Okay.
Fucking roll.
It's literally a fucking roll. So
Yeah, make your
Okay.
fucking roll.
yeah.
What
Yeah,
is
once
good?
again, you and them have a real good time.
So good to hear.
You feel your own performance isn't quite as good as last night, but Nim's a bit better.
Ooh.
It's because she learned
So,
from me.
so yeah, you guys have a nice time together.
Okay.
So Amity, you get up and Jelly and Nim's still not up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, she'll be there. I'm sure she's just choosing her spells for the day.
Yep.
Takes a long time.
Yep.
That's what
Has Jelly done that yet?
She fuck. Has she fuck again?
And as you are finishing up there, Jelly, now getting yourself ready for the day, a voice enters your mind. It is Gazra the Arcanoloth.
My boy's very quick.
I have acquired the information you sought, but first, do you have any other information to trade?
You little shit. Well, if I wasn't picking sending before.
Well, no, you can just reply back.
You can. He has cast sending on you, so
Oh.
you can reply to him.
Surely you must know something.
I know, but I don't know what to tell him. I tell him some information about blacksmithing. It'll be good information,
Some blacksmithing information in 25 words.
like a top tip.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, come on, Jelly. Oh, convinced.
He loves it. Cannot get enough.
So Gazra's voice comes back.
Wow, holy fuck. It's the best information I've heard all
And he says,
Mortal blacksmithing technique, so fascinating.
Yeah.
But, modern kind, it would seem, is expected in approximately 38 hours.
We got it.
I am like, fuck, okay. I don't know if Nim's away, but if not, I like give her a kiss on the head. I'm like, I need to go.
she's like just like getting her tools in the belt for the day, and then you like rush by giving her a kiss and escaping. It's like, see ya.
That was great. I'll see you before and I clank down the hallway.
Clink, clink. So yeah, Amity, you having had more time, you will have seen like out in the scrapyard area, the madcaps are running around, some of them squabbling amongst themselves. You can see that there are madcaps kind of messing around at the top of the watchtowers. There's always a lot of activity going on around the place because of the red cats. So I keep alternating between red cap and madcap, but most of them are red cats. And you can see that the two Kenku, they're working away on something. Barnabas is kind of floating around, keeping the red caps in check as best they can.
Oh, I love him.
And Mickey is also kind of like just wandering around, just kind of like looking like he's kind of anything that's particularly shiny kind of attracts his attention. He goes and kind of spends a bit of time just kind of looking it over. Some things, those kind of like strange canisters he has. Every now and then, if he finds a kind of small shiny thing, he makes a kind of like a happy "oh" noise as he kind of like opens a compartment on his canister and then starts like looking through other shiny things he's acquired and kind of like comparing them, trading some things out, dropping some things, and like just adding to his collection of shiny things that he carries around with him.
It's so cute.
And as you're kind of like looking around, actually, because you had a bit of time before Jelly joined, is there anything you want to do in an extra kind of hour or two in the morning?
Can I just go and ask Maggie
Yeah.
a few last questions?
Yeah.
Can I ask her if she knows about Gargarath?
Oh, Gargarath.
Because we got him right here.
That's a very good question.
If
Actually.
she's
Should
not
we go
fussed
Gargarath?
about politics.
So you mentioned names like,
Can't say I'm familiar with that one.
Oh. Okay, he was like a really powerful pit fiend. He like challenged Belle, and like loads of devils worked with the angels to get him inside this crown.
Right, that's interesting. That must have been before my time.
A cool story though, right?
It is. It's very interesting.
Mm.
What makes you ask?
I just heard it around. Wondered if you're like the expert here. You might
Yes,
know.
I'm afraid that's not one I'm familiar with.
Oh, good to check. While you're here, Maggie,
Yes.
how do you get over those bridges, the sticks?
Ah, yes. Well, there are. You may have seen the various watchtowers arranged along the banks of the Styx. Each bridge usually has a watchtower at one of the ends, well manned. But usually you can. Well, depends who's manning the watchtower, but typically they will be quite happy to allow passage if you pay a toll.
Not at all.
Most of the time you can get by for a soul coin.
Okay.
Particularly stubborn individuals may ask for more than one or may ask for a favor of some sort. But typically a soul coin will do. And it helps if you are, individuals such as ourselves who have arrangements with Zariel. We knucklebones have some dispensation, seeing as how we are helping to track down these other nuisance warlords.
I mean, would you consider writing us a note, a bridge pass? I've got lots of more childhood stories if you want them.
All right, gonna perk up at that. Well, why don't we wait until little Jelly is up? I had a proposition for you two.
She comes in. You hear her clanking.
We gotta go right now. We got 36 hours.
What are you into? What?
We got 36. The Ocelot got back to me and he says the buzzard's going to be there in 36 hours.
The Ocelot got back to you?
oh,
Yeah, the Ocelot.
The Ocelot.
Got back to us.
the Ocelot.
Okay. So we gotta go.
I mean, I turned to Maggie and I'm like, how long will it take us to get to the tower? Will it less than 36 hours?
On foot, it will certainly take more than that.
On a broom?
That goes
At walking speed when there's two of you on it.
If I'm an eagle, 80 feet.
How long does the eagle form last?
Flying speed, an hour. But I cast it twice.
Before you two get yourself in too much of a panic, seeing as how you have been such a wonderful guest, such dears, I was going to offer a parting gift of sorts, and also an offer of perhaps continue to work together.
I would love to continue. What we got going, Maggie?
We have a spare tormentor. You may have seen it. The tormentors be the kind of June buggy like ones. It's nothing special. It doesn't have any weapon fixtures. It's lacking the kind of overhead armor, but it is functional. It will certainly help you reach your destination within time, I reckon. But and I must say as well, it does have the front loaded spikes for ramming and slashing purposes.
That's good shit.
But if you were to encounter any of the warbands out there with bounties on their heads, if you were to return their heads to us, well, there is a spare garage here lying unused. I see no reason why it couldn't be put to use however you would see it used. And of course, if you are able to bring back any of these nuisance warlord heads, then I would of course be in your debt. We could perhaps see about payment, or if you still are using the tormentor that you'll be leaving here with, then could offer repairs, upgrades perhaps.
Oh yes. I love this game. We're gonna customize our fucking car in our garage.
Oh, like GTA.
GTA.
Can we get anime car?
Oh fuck.
I'm gonna describe.
I actually just play the same game with Max and you guys, but it's just a different like skin on it.
Just tell Max that D&D's just GTA reskinned, and then he'll want to play again.
That's how we get Max to play with us.
How we win.
If we win. Tip 3.
Do you think this could be a partnership that would interest you?
Yes.
Absolutely, Maggie.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, if there is a time limit here, we should get to work.
Yup.
And she heads out. She whistles loudly, and you see Mickey kind of like Mickey's head pops up, and he kind of waddles over. Like, over you come, Mickey. Over you come. And she leads you around to the kind of garage that is in between the index finger and thumb of the rock-like structure that is Fort Knucklebone. And Mickey gets to work cranking. When the kind of shutter opens, and you can see that inside there is it's kind of got a flat ground, so it's clearly been used. It's been kind of carved out for the storage of vehicles, but there is just one tormentor sitting in here. It is about the kind of garage area here goes back about 80 foot and is about 60 foot wide. And Maggie kind of leads you over to the tormentor and says, right, yes, this would be the one. And you can see that sadly I don't actually have like much in the way of tormentor art, but tormentor, where is it? It is, yeah, so it's, oh, actually hold on, this might be decent. So there are some like weird 3D art things of Tormentors here. I'll send you a mix of things and try and get best. Oh no, this is actually kind of perfect. Somebody's
message in the tabletop RPG about Greg. Oh,
yeah,
cool as fuck.
Yeah, so the second one that's coming through, the model that somebody actually made, is a bit more accurate.
Oh no, you didn't. That's cool.
So you can see it has these spiked wheels, it has these big kind of spikes at the front for ramming purposes. It has 4 seats, 2 at the front, 2 behind that, and then behind that there's a kind of platform that can be reached from the back seat, but there's currently nothing affixed there, but it was where the harpoon launcher on the one that you saw Nim working on was located.
And you kind of take a look at it, and you have seen some that they work on have kind of armor over the top as a kind of protective dome for the riders within, and you have seen different kind of weapon fixtures. But this is a fairly basic tormentor. And you can see it seems to take like a few hits here or there, but it's not in like in a bad state as far as war machines go. It's functional. Yes, of course. I don't believe you're that familiar with war machines. It may be worth perhaps quickly showing you how to operate such a machine.
A crash course.
Yes, yes. Would you both like to know how to drive, or would one of you be the designated driver, so to speak?
Just in case, I think we
Both
should.
of us, yeah.
And Lulu.
Lulu's just like happily floating along behind Amity this whole time. Lulu just slept in your room, Amity. She would not have slept with Jelly. Nope.
No sleeping going on now.
Nope.
And Nim kind of hops into the. Sorry, did I say Nim there? Maggie hops into the front seat where all the kind of controls and everything are very similar to what you saw when Nim was driving. Various dials and levers and pedals and the big steering wheel. And she kind of like taps on one of the dials and says, "It seems I've got about 3 hours left of fuel in this as it stands." She kind of gestures for the two of you to hop in the back seats.
I do.
Yep.
Lulu kind of like hunkers down in your lap, Amity.
We love that.
And Maggie kicks it into gear, and you guys, there's a kind of moment where like the wheels are like spinning, kind of like sparking up and like grounding, starts rolling forward with great speed as Maggie comes barreling out of the garage here, and she kind of weaves in and out of the hovels and piles of scrap out in the scrapyard area of Fort Knucklebone, takes you out into the open area around the fort, and spends some time kind of pointing things out to you, showing you what does what on the dashboard and that. Would you both like to make intelligence checks to see how well you pick this up?
I suppose so. Amity's not doing too great.
Can I
Oh,
guide
okay.
myself?
Nah.
Alright.
Okay.
Can I please guide myself?
Repeat the question.
Repeat,
so-
please.
So Jelly, there's a lot of this is going over your head. You're like, it's like you're feeling like you need to kind of be sick a wee bit, like the kind of like speed and the G's as she's going around the corners and everything.
It's a tiny gnome.
And Amity, you're kind of taking it. Amity, you think you kind of got the basics of like, okay, so that does this and that does that. And Maggie turns out, she's like, "You look like you're getting a hang of it, Amity. Would you like a shot?" And Maggie kind of like, she like pulls down the lever, and the tormentor continues on a straight line as Maggie shifts into the passenger seat at the front and gestures for you to jump down.
She's hopping. She's
So
jumping.
you clamber over into the driver's seat, and Maggie begins talking you through alongside. You've basically got a driving lesson here, as she is talking through various parts of driving. Would you like to make another intelligence check?
All the time.
Please. Please.
It's very overwhelming, it must be
Oh,
said.
whenever in one of these things.
You have the kind of basics down, you think, but it does take a bit longer than you would maybe like, given your time limit. And you realize that the fuel is about empty, so you've been going for about 3 hours, as Maggie's been like trying to like teach you guys how this works. What I will do is I will run you guys through the actual kind of mechanics of driving one of these things just now, just so you have a kind of general idea.
I remember you saying like you might have to run a whole mini session on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit here. But as a general rule, right? So you have a tormentor.
Mm-hmm.
Every war machine has a damage threshold. So that this thing has an AC of its own, has HP of its own, it has its own kind of resistances and immunities.
We know what they are.
Yeah, you probably would. Maggie can talk you through this. Yeah, so tormentors are immune to fire, poison, and psychic damage. Obviously, they don't have a mind, so they cannot take psychic damage. They're immune to fire and poison damage. They are immune to conditions. The only condition they are not immune to is prone. If something makes something prone, it would make the tormentor flip.
Okay.
You are aware that the tormentor, it has the crushing wheels feature where you can drive it through the space a creature is standing in and deal a bunch of bludgeoning damage to it.
Oh, yes.
As well as that, it has this tormentor is equipped with raking scythes at the front. So as well as having crushing wheels as you run over someone, it also has the raking scythes for when you are within 5 feet of a creature. If a creature is within 5 feet of the front of the tormentor, you can basically make an attack with the raking scythes. I might type this out after the session so you guys have a kind of like cheat sheet to consult for the tormentor. And so you can run them over for bludgeoning damage. You can rake them with the raking scythes for slashing damage. All attacks made by the tormentor are considered magical, so you don't have to worry about things like how devils are immune to things that are not silvered. This counts as a magical weapon, so that is fine. So,
It's AC.
um,
Good point.
How much HP this bad boy got?
this bad boy, how much HP does this bad boy have?
Down.
Right, so when it comes to HP, we have so I should probably talk about damage threshold first. The way damage threshold works is that because these are like well-armored machines, when they take damage, they can shrug off minor hits really easily. So the damage threshold of your tormentor here is 10, which means that anything that deals less than 10 damage does no damage.
Yeah.
Something has to do more than 10 damage to actually deal damage to the tormentor.
Right.
But you also then have mishap threshold.
Okay.
And the mishap threshold for the tormentor is 20. So if one source of damage does more than 20 damage to the tormentor, a mishap happens. And there is a table that I roll on to determine what kind of mishap. They range from minor inconveniences to, oh shit, this has stopped working altogether.
Where do we
But
repair it?
different mishaps are repaired in different ways. Maggie can kind of talk you through some basics here, but you're not mechanics.
That's true.
And
On a multi-class.
so you have, with your tormentor, you have damage threshold 10, mishap threshold 20, and an HP of 60.
Okay.
And your speed is 120.
Yep.
Fuck that broom.
Yeah.
It will come in handy, definitely.
Oh yeah,
Right.
but not when we're trying to get.
No one has to get more quick.
So, war machines also have action stations. This tormentor only has one action station, and that is the driver.
Yeah.
Because there is no weapons affixed to this or no additional features to this tormentor as it currently stands. That may change. But currently, this tormentor has one action station, that is the helm, for driving and steering the tormentor. That person is responsible for driving and steering, and they can take actions to attempt to outmaneuver or outrun other war machines. And you can also take the juke action to basically kind of like drive erratically, lowering your overall speed but making it harder to hit you.
That's cool.
Um,
Just briefly, how does that like how do our skills apply to like trying to do stuff?
What kind of a check are you
Yeah.
talking?
Yeah. It
Some big
is.
extras or
It is. It doesn't actually say for driving what skill it is.
how are you meant to tell if we do it?
Do we just do it? Because
So-
Maggie's taught us.
Nice.
Well, neither of you were taught particularly well, but
Exactly. So how are we gonna like?
Third time's the charm, I say.
so
Next time we'll get it.
Maggie does kind of rummage around in her bag a little bit. Says, I could you top us up and continue our lesson, but it seems you have an appointment.
Of sorts.
Of sorts.
And she kind of looks at both of you. If neither of you are feeling particularly confident with this, I could always have Nim accompany you on your first outing.
Yeah.
Oh!
That I beam from ear to ear, and I look over at Nim.
Nim is not in the vehicle.
What?
From across the scrapyard.
Oh, it's
look at
because you
Nim.
said Nim earlier. And
Because,
then
yeah,
you
I
walked it
misspoke
back.
earlier. Then it was Maggie that.
Yeah, I grin in the direction of Nim, wherever she is. Locate object.
Yes, but I would like her back after this first outing.
Safe
Once you've been to Mordenkainen's tower.
Safe and sound.
I feel like I can trust you too. And Maggie begins to take you back into Fort Knucklebone. And kind of parks up near where the entrance watchtowers are. And says, I'll go speak to Nim. And Maggie heads off and kind of leaves you guys alone with the tormentor.
Jelly, how was it? Did you have a nice night?
Yes, it was really good. Yeah, it was really nice. I feel quite bad though after hearing the news this morning. I kind of ran very quickly from the room, but
Well, so you're gonna have time to.
we're gonna have time to make up for that, so that's good. I'm really excited that she's coming. I don't know if either of us did particularly well at driving. You more so than me. You did much better.
I have no idea what the fuck this is. I've never seen a car before.
No,
because we live in
exactly.
the medieval times. So
I have no idea this metal machine.
yeah.
I get out and I want to like walk around it. I want to see. Actually, sorry, we're back in the scrapyard. Is that right?
Yeah.
I say to Amity, do you think we should ask if we can take some metal with us? Just because I can do some like potentially useful things with metal, but I don't really have a lot of metal on me at any given time. Like I can build.
Ask. I mean, maybe Nim will bring some so she can repair stuff.
I think I'll ask.
What if we find like some jewels and we can like you can put them on the.
I can, yes. Oh yeah. That's really good. Actually, once Maggie comes back, I'm gonna ask if I can,
just some like little
engraving,
Do we have time?
You can see that some of the other war machines that are lying around are painted in bits here and there. Different colours.
All right, got to ask for metal and paint.
I have my writer's kit. I don't think that's gonna got it. I'm so excited.
I'm excited.
We're gonna meet Mordecai potentially.
From what I've heard, he sounds like a very big deal. So I'm
gonna big ass deal.
Vera, I'm gonna take your word.
And while we're waiting for Maggie and we're all here, let's have a nice little speech. Oh wait, no, I'll wait until Nim.
Wait till Nim.
Yeah, that's a good call. I'll get ahead of myself because I remember.
And with that, Maggie appears with Nim. Nim has a toolbox with her. She's got a big spanner over her shoulder that you first saw her with.
She's cool as fuck.
And she makes her way over and is like, "So you need a chauffeur then?"
Afraid so. We're not very good.
Well, I can try and show you the ropes and the roads.
That would be
She
great.
hops up into the Tormentor, into the kind of driver's seat, and is looking around, just kind of taking in what she's got to work with here. And she's got the toolbox sat beside her. And Maggie says, "Yes, and it would only be fitting to send you off with some fuel, so to speak." And she hands over 3 soul coins.
Like pocket money.
Fuck.
Also, fueling the war machine, something I forgot to cover there.
Well, it's going to be the coins, right?
Yeah, so
How we-
each soul coin has 3 charges. And you can use a charge to ask the soul coin a question, where you ask the soul trapped within it a question. And you can use one of its charges to drain it for health. And when you put a soul coin into a war machine, each charge gives 24 hours of fuel.
That's good as shit.
So 1 soul coin is 3 days of fuel.
Yes.
We got 3 of
Okay.
them. That's good. Okay. Before we go, I ask Maggie. Maggie, I said I was a blacksmith, right? And I can do some useful things if I have metal at my disposal. And I kind of look about the scrapyard and I'm like, I know that some of the metal here I've not even seen before.
Oh yes, some of these don't appear on the mortal plane, I believe.
I mean, one, could you quickly tell me stuff about it? I think that'd be really cool to know. And 2, if it's particularly good, would you mind if I took some sheets? If nothing else.
I'm sure we have plenty of scrap you can help yourself to.
So
Give me some.
I am not a blacksmith. I don't know the the properties of different types of metal. But is there anything particular you're looking for when you're asking about different types of metal?
I want to know how hard it is, like how hard it would be to I want to know how malleable it is, like how easy is it to move it, bend it. If it has any particular properties to it that are magical. I mean, these machines are magical, so why not the metal that's laying about here? Those are the 3 Qs.
The 3 Qs.
You can always send me it later if it's very unimportant. Otherwise, I'm just going to go and pick up some of the bits of the special metal that I identified before as not coming from the material plane. And
Maggie here talks you through. There's hellfire iron,
cool as fuck.
which seems to be what a lot of the weapons wielded by the devils here are made of.
I mean, that's cool as fuck.
But yeah, she talks you through different types of metal, and I can give you some information
lowdown later.
after the session. Just as how I will type up the stuff for the Tormentor, so you know what you're doing with that.
What are we doing with that?
Can I just take as much as I can carry and or fit into various bags, like the bag of holding?
We've got a lot of space in the bag of holding. How much metal do you want?
Honestly, because if I've got a lot, I can make massive things in an hour. What's my?
You talk about fabricate.
Wait, no, hang it. Contained within a 10-foot cube or 8 connected 5-foot cubes. How about honestly 40 feet of metal? 40 cubic.
40 cubic.
No, it wouldn't be.
How much space is in the bag of holding?
Well, we don't really have a whole lot.
I think you guys have a bigger than average bag of holding, if I remember rightly.
I don't want to fill the bag to the brim, but I'd like to get.
We can hold up to 1,000 pounds.
Not exceeding a volume of 128 cubic feet.
All right, well, I'm not going to fill it with 40 cubic feet. That's too much. When it says a 10-foot cube, that means 10 cubic feet, right?
Yeah.
20 cubic feet of this metal.
Okay, that'll probably be quite heavy, I imagine.
It's got in the bag of holding, no fuck it.
No, but the bag of holding has a maximum weight. It has its maximum weight is 1,000 pounds.
10 cubic feet of metal. This is not worth it. I don't even have an idea.
Something here.
I don't even have an idea of what we could do. I just know that I could make like keys and like literally anything out of metal. And that might be useful. It only takes 10 minutes as well. Wow. This is not worth it though. Make another slide. I don't know.
Oh, nice metal slide this time.
Yeah, I could put a slide on the place where the harpoon is and the
So,
yeah.
Apparently, some Googling has told me that a meter cubed of iron would be like upwards of 14,000 pounds.
Honestly, this idea.
Did I just put down scraps of metal in the bag?
Yeah, just stick down scraps of metal. We will make do with that.
Never mind. If I need to make a bridge at any point, we're fucked. I can make a damn bridge over the Styx.
Speaking of bridges, Maggie, can you write us
Yes.
the whole path?
All right, yes, of course. Just a moment.
And she disappears into her workshop and returns sometime later, written out on this strange kind of leathery parchment. She has penned out an infernal, which you can read, Amity, basically explaining that you are assisting, you are working on behalf of the Knucklebones, and helping to clamp down on the activities of these rogue war bands out in the Avernian wastes.
Hey, oh yeah.
Hall pass, hall pass.
Bridge pass, bridge pass. Right, that's in the bag of holding. Yeet it in
You
there.
probably will still have to pay a toll, but it will at least prevent you being harassed by the guards, hopefully.
Yeah. Thank you, Maggie. I really appreciate it. You've been so kind to us.
Yes, well, you've been very kind to me as well, and I believe that will be a mutually beneficial arrangement we have between us.
She's like, if they stay in that room. She's got like a big straw.
Yeah. At the top of that garage actually just funnels into this little pipe that connects to Maggie's room. It just sits there and huffs the trauma air.
It's like a sleep apnea machine.
Yeah. She finally gets some rest.
She's huffing the suffering.
Huffing the suffering. Off the suffering.
Yeah. Maggie hands you that, and then kind of starts up the tormentor. So how long we got then?
Joey?
You guys probably like 30, probably like 32 hours to go or something.
32 hours to go, baby.
All right, well, we better be off. And starts revving up the engine. And again, like the engine has this like horrible kind of like scream-like quality to it. And Maggie gestures for you to hop in, and you can see that Mickey's the one wandering over, and Barnabas and Pins and Needles land with their new shirts on. Pins and Needles, the imps, land on Maggie's shoulders.
Yay!
So we've got the Kenku, the imps, Barnabas, Mickey, Maggie. Oh, then they kind of like walk alongside the tormentors, and then drives you out into the kind of gap between the watchtowers. And they'll give you a wee wave. And one of the Kenku says in a very gruff voice, "It's a rough world out there. Take care of yourselves."
I wonder who that is.
Yay.
Oh.
And Mickey's going, "Ooh."
Oh. Yeah, we like imitate him.
Maggie says, "Do come back soon. Be
think
safe
so.
out there."
We
Mwah.
will.
Bye.
I'm giving everyone a 10-minute speech as we head out.
Okay.
At 12
So,
HP while I remember.
Lulu, the two of you, and Nim get your inspiring leader bonus.
And Mickey, if he's walking
Yeah,
beside me.
Mickey
Mickey gets it as
and
well. Mickey's getting really into your speech.
yeah, a random red cap. That's our
Has a red cap in your back. Suddenly feels a lot tougher all of a sudden.
HP.
So how much extra temporary HP is that?
12.
12. How long does that last for?
What level? No. 8 hours maybe?
No, it's 24 hours, I think. Let me check. It's a long time.
Like until next long rest or something?
Yeah, they can't gain temporary hit points in this way until they finish a long or short rest.
Short or long rest. Yeah, okay, yeah, you hang on to those temporary hit points. Yeah, so you guys,
He's having a good day.
as everyone waves you off, Nim,
Okay.
Rev, oh, you're sending it again there. Nim fires up the engine and you guys take off across the wastes of Avernus.
I
Kicking up,
side.
kicking up dust and all sorts as you head off at some speed. Are you guys? How are you guys positioned? Nim is in the front, in the driver's seat. Are you guys both in the back? Is one of you beside Nim?
I need to go in the front, otherwise I'll grow up.
In
the back.
just constantly like, off the side of the torment. So.
Like, don't look at me, Nim.
Thaumaturgy, so there's just bird noises every time you throw up.
You're a good friend.
Sadly, Jelly is a very violent vomiter, so it doesn't quite mask it.
Oh, no.
Well, I guess I will just cast mage armor myself and
Watch the fireworks.
So Amadeus, you and Lulu in the back.
Yeah.
Nim also hands out pairs of goggles. Nim has her own goggles effect over her eyes. You'll need this. There's a lot of dust and everything gets kicked up by these things.
This is cool.
This is very cool.
Yeah, so you guys head out in the direction of Mordenkainen's tower. Nim driving you. But as you're going, she does say, like, if we run out into anything out here, and odds are we will, I'm the one that can repair this when shit hits the fan. So I need you guys to keep an eye on this so you know how to drive. So if I need to make any repairs on the go, you can handle that whilst I do my thing.
Oh,
Yeah. My
Amity.
eyes are open.
So Nim begins kind of talking you through things as she's driving. And you are just kind of, it's kind of like open, scorched wasteland just now. There's not that much in terms of interesting features in the landscape just now. It's kind of similar to the terrain when you made your way from El Turul to Fort Knucklebone. So kind of perfect place to kind of show you things. So both of you make intelligence checks as you try to learn from Nim here.
I hope I go through the entire campaign rolling really badly.
Never learning to
Never
drive.
learning.
Never, ever.
Come on, I have an 18 in intelligence.
That's an intelligence saving throw you've made there,
Fuck
Jelly.
me! I've got 18 in intelligence. I can't drive this car. I'm gonna cry.
Amity.
Oh,
I have one.
So you're getting a kind of general idea here. You don't have proficiency in driving by any means, but you're starting to think you might be able to kind of handle driving generally.
I've got the basics down.
Jelly, you're getting there, but you'd have a penalty to driving.
What? I rolled better.
Yeah, but Amadeus had more attempts.
Oh, you're right.
Uh,
I'm paying attention this time because it's Nim.
you are paying attention to Nim. You're wanting to impress Nim.
I'm like,
So you're both feeling like you could take the wheel to some degree.
I feel as anxious like the first time I actually went on a driving lesson and took the wheel. I remember it so
Stakes are as
vividly.
high.
I remember it so vividly, and now I feel the same coming back to me.
Yeah. So would you each like to roll a d20 for me?
No. Oh! Go on.
20 and a 9.
Oh, holy fuck.
Okay.
Holy
Don't you get counted to something other than a fucking table?
So, as you guys are driving along, Fort Knucklebone very quickly disappears beyond the horizon behind you. You are traveling a lot faster than you did in your broom, probably like 4 times as fast as you did in your broom. But at the same time, oh, you okay there?
Yeah, I'm fine.
But at the same time, it feels like the shifting terrain of Avernus also made it disappear faster than it should have. And with the direction you're heading in, you do see Bell's Forge, that gargantuan volcano with the fortress hewn into the side. You see it kind of come into view on your left as you're driving along. And there does come a point where, Jayla, you feel that familiar ping as I know Naturel, it comes within range. You're just giving Bell's Forge the finger as you drive by.
I'll be back for you.
And as you're like driving along, you can see that a few winged figures take flight from that fortress and just kind of fly out in a kind of westwards direction. And as you're driving along for a few hours, and over time you find that the terrain around you is becoming kind of particularly blackened and scorched, kind of pockmarked by craters here and there. And around you, there's kind of like rising and falling jagged formations of rock. It's not just straight driving anymore, and then just kind of having to like steer around them and slow down, kind of take it easy at places. And as you are making your way through, you hear a faint whistling overhead as an infernal meteor then comes crashing down to the ground about 200 feet to your right. And as it impacts, the ground shakes and a plume of flame and magma erupts from where it impacted. And Nim kind of looks out and goes, "Oh shit." And then there is a second whistling, and a third, and a fourth, as the dark clouds overhead have suddenly started spewing this infernal meteor shower down onto this black pockmarked region of the wastes here. And as that happens, as you see more and more flaming balls of rock hurtling down towards the ground, Nim kind of like braces herself, like, it's going to get a bit bumpy here, and I am going to need, neither of you are driving, so both of you will be making perception checks to spot the meteors incoming and help guide Nim as she is driving into the kind of right location to avoid falling meteors from the sky here.
If one gets
Like Nim has her eyes focused ahead, and it's like, just keep your eyes in the skies. Tell me if I need to watch out for anything.
Oh shit.
So both of you make perception checks.
Oh.
Yeah, so you guys are able to keep an eye on things. You see ones that are kind of becoming problematic in their trajectory, and you're able to kind of make sure that Nim's readjusting, and you see like all around you, these meteors are coming down, impacting the ground, shaking, more flames and magma spewing into the air. Sometimes it gets a wee bit close, like the kind of magma spattering comes a bit close for comfort to you guys. But Nim is focusing. She's a good driver, and you guys are kind of keeping on top of things. Make more perception checks as you continue through the meteor shower.
Oh, not as good.
Is it cheeky of me to say that if one comes towards us, can I cast Shatter to explode it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can. This is kind of like a kind of skill challenge here. So if you guys want to get creative with solutions, then absolutely you can go ahead and do that.
Hey.
So I'm 13 and 18 on perception. Yeah, once again, you're able to kind of keep an eye on things, but they are becoming more frequent, more and more plummeting down, and you guys are just trying to get out of this patch of meteor shower just now. And once more, Nim's having to weave in and out of these kind of rocky formations, avoiding craters, whilst also listening to you guys on where things are coming down. But you guys kind of keep her on a good path, weaving in and out. but they are becoming more frequent. So you can make perception checks, or if you'd like to do anything else, you can do that.
Something Jelly can do. Can't toll the dead a piece of rock.
No. You can sure try.
Yeah, I'm just going to perceive them. Oh, well, thank God for Amity.
Amity perceives.
So as you're looking out, Amity, you see a particularly nasty cluster of them coming in, and you like quickly like grab Nim's shoulder and like have her adjust to the right. She swerves out the way, and as she's doing that, Jelly, you're looking out and you see as the path that Amity's kind of leading them into to avoid this nasty cluster, you see another meteor coming, I think, and you're like, I think we're okay, I think we're okay, I think we're okay. And then you realize too late that it's going to land very close to you guys. And it impacts. I'll make a roll for Nim here. Okay. Right, so this one comes in, it impacts really close by. The Tormentor rocks, and it doesn't tip fully, but there is a moment where it feels like it's going to, as it's grinding along on two wheels essentially, and a spattering of hot magma comes over the exposed top of the Tormentor. All four of the people inside need to make dex saves.
Oh.
It's actually better than I thought it could have been for me.
15 for Jerry, 23 for Amity.
I'm ducking and diving in that tiny little
Oh, Lulu was the only one who failed.
He's got magical resistances. Just fine.
It's not a magic effect. It's
No.
magma that's been forced out of the ground here.
Because you trumpet it
you,
away.
so the two of you and Nim take half damage as you kind of see the spattering of hot magma come in. So you guys take you guys take 12 fire damage, but you both have fire resistance. That's reduced to 6 fire damage for both of you.
So that's
Nim
half
takes a 12
point.
fire damage. Lulu takes 24 fire damage as a particularly nasty clump of magma like lands on her side and it kind of sizzles through her armor and she lets out, no. And 24 fire damage. That does bloody her.
I immediately cure wounds.
She took 24 fire damage there.
Oh fuck. Third level.
Third level? Okay, so is that like 3d8 plus
3d8
4?
plus 4. I think
come
Jelly
on,
would
my
do
girl.
that. Jelly
would, yeah.
She would just
Drug out.
that terrified little scream. Oh, for fuck's sake!
So Lulu is she's taken 14 damage. She's no longer bloodied though.
Oh, who gives a fuck?
But you can see it's like a nasty burn on her side.
That's so
And you can see that like Nim's kind of like gritting her teeth as like it's kind of like burned through bits of her overalls and kind of like scorched her flesh at bits. But she's kind of gritting her teeth and trying to stay focused on getting you guys out of this meteor shower. So I need one last round of perception checks.
Oh, God. I'm so scared.
And as this is going on,
Mercy!
so as this is going on, Nim's kind of looking ahead and saying, I think we're nearly out of the worst of it. And Jelly, you're looking around, you're seeing where things are coming in. The ones that you're keeping an eye on, you think you're probably fine. Amity, you see a particularly large one that's coming down. It's coming, it's kind of arcing as it does so. And you're watching it like, no, that's coming our way, that's coming our way. It initially looked like it'd be fine, but the trajectory it is on arcing around. And you're able to inform Nim just in time as she is able to get the Tormentor out of the path of it as it comes down where you would have been. This great big thunderous impact and another plume of magma into the sky. And you guys continue on, eventually making your way out of the kind of blackened, scorched landscape that has been repeatedly barraged by this meteor shower.
Holy shit, Nim, MVP, that was amazing.
Holy fuck.
You did so good.
Well, I've got quite a lot of practice at this, but you can never quite predict when those showers will start.
Jelly, can you imagine if it was one of us behind a wheel?
Like no amount of perception checks would have helped us there.
And then kind of looking back, so it's the little one okay there?
I'm just check. Oh well, she's in the back, right? I'm in the front.
Yeah, a little bit. You can like reach her with cure wounds, or like she's not like really far back. You can like reach back and touch her.
Can I cure wounds at first level as well on her?
Yeah, you can look and see that she's still kind of hurt. She's like kind of like huddling into Amity for comfort there. Yeah, so that's her. Oh God, maths. So she's still taking 6 points of damage. She's 6 points down.
Can I tell her to take a short rest?
Well, that's a good point.
I would say she can take a short rest as you're driving along.
Hey, at the end of that, I'll give her a nice little speech about how we're all best friends.
Oh shit! Sorry, I actually completely forgot about her temporary hit points when she took that damage.
She does a
She's
temporary point.
she's actually fine. Sorry, I actually forgot about her temporary hit points.
Would she have been at full health when I cast Cure Wounds a second time?
After your first one, she still would have taken 2 damage. So it's up to you whether you think you would use Cure Wounds to cure Lulu or for 2.
No, that's a scratch.
Okay then.
2 hit points.
Yeah, you have
Cure Wounds.
You lean back and kind of like assess her situation. Okay, Lulu's doing okay then.
Lulu, stop whining. You're fine. No, I don't say that.
Pissy ass bitch, Lulu.
Look at Burnham.
So you guys continue on, leaving that behind you. You continue on for some more hours here. Reaching up ahead, you can see approaching slowly for the speed you're going at, but approaching still, you can see the river Styx. You can see the watchtowers lined out. You can see that beside the watchtower you're driving towards, there is a bridge spanning the river Styx.
Can we see Alturo from here?
You would have been able to see it briefly when you left Fort Knucklebone. So I probably should have touched on that actually.
Sorry.
Was there anything in particular you're looking for with Alturo?
Is it still up?
Still there.
Fire around it?
There is not fire around it, but the battle underneath it is still ongoing.
Okay.
And as you are coming up to this bridge, you can see that the watchtowers, as they kind of come closer into view, they are kind of squat, 30-foot tall, open-topped structures of this kind of black hell iron, with barbed chains hanging down the outer walls at intervals. And you can see that all along the Styx, they're all of a very similar design. And the bridge up ahead is about 100 feet across the Styx and 30 feet wide. And as these watchtowers come closer, Jelly, you realize that vision you saw when you asked of Amity's family, the structure that you saw a figure walking towards was one of these Styx watchtowers. You're unsure if it was this particular one, because they all seem to be much alike. But looking at the structure up ahead, you realize that that very much resembles the structure you saw a figure walking to in your vision. And
take it to the grave.
And as you're coming closer and closer to the watchtower, and then kind of reduces the speed of the tormentor, and she says, "Don't want to spook them, better approach slow enough." And as she does so, she also kind of like kicks open the toolbox and shows you, Jelly, because you're in the front seat, that in her toolbox she has a flask of a black tar-like liquid. He says, but if we ever need speed boost for any reason, I've got that tucked away.
Hey.
Jelly,
Oh
like,
God, Jelly.
hit the floor.
I'm gonna wrap Lulu in.
My sore throat.
As usual. We can't just rock up with a holly fan, right?
Oh, you're right. We need to hide her.
Yeah, first of all, I'm gonna put her in my old dress.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna wrap her in just got the armor. Bye.
So are you trying to disguise her as a pile of clothes here? Is that
Like that? Yeah. And I'm just like, I don't know if this is like a car. I'm trying to like put her like underneath the seat of the.
you can try and tuck her down there, yeah.
Yeah. I'll explain to her like.
And you
know,
see her little face pokes out from underneath your dress.
Oh,
And she, it's not very comfortable down here, Amity.
Oh, I'm just gonna like tuck my little sparkles and little gusts of wind around her. I'll be like, I'm so sorry, Lily, but we need to make sure that we make it across safely and that you don't get in any more danger. Okay.
Okay, I'll stay down here. Just tell me when I can come out.
I will. Of course I will.
So you hide Lulu down there, like kind of tucked down the seat with all these dresses and things on top of her. And as Nim kind of brings the tormentor up alongside the watchtower, you can see there are a couple of figures up on top watching out. And as you get closer, you can make out that there are bearded devils up there. And then suddenly the chains rattle as a bone devil appears, his large claw-like limbs grasping onto the edges of the wall at the top. It kind of peers down. If you can remember what a bone devil looks like, these kind of white skeletal-like demons, and it kind of looks down with this horrible skull, assessing the tormentor arriving. It kind of like scurries down, like rattling the chains. It does kind of like comes halfway down the wall of the watchtower, kind of clinging to the side, and is looking you all over.
What's your business here then?
I'm gonna say in Infernal. We're sent on business from the Knucklebones to hunt down those warlords.
Ah, yes, the Knucklebones, yes.
I'm gonna get the parchment out and just like mage hand it up as far as I can.
Oh, okay, you kind of lift up and it kind of like squints. It's like,
you still have to pay the toll.
Of course. I get out one soul coin and I'm like,
Yes, perfect.
and it like takes flight with its insectoid-like wings and kind of hovers down next to the tormentor and plucks it out of your hand, just like kind of metal disc, and it kind of like salivates and licks its lips.
Wonderful. You may carry on.
And it like hovers itself back to the top of the watchtower as all the devils up there are watching you go.
enjoy yourself in Infernal.
I
will. Actually, that whole conversation would have taken place in Infernal, actually. So, you guys then continue across the dark kind of metal construct that's the bridge over the river Styx. You can see that the river Styx, it gets very wide at points and very narrow at points. There's seemingly not much sense to the way in which the Styx flows a lot of times, but this particular part of the Styx is 100 feet across. But you have seen that underneath El Turo, the Styx gets particularly wide, wide enough to engulf a city, you could say. But yeah, you guys make your way across. You guys continue on for a few hours, and as you are doing so, Nim turns to you guys and she say, "So you heard anything about the war bands out this way?"
Nothing at all.
Well, there's the ones you really got to look out for are Feanar. Her lot are called the Golden Doom. She's the one I was telling you about, the necromancer. Her whole crew is undead. Some human woman. There's loads of rumours to how she wound up down here, but nobody really knows. Fuck knows what she's after either. So Feanar and Smiler and his Defilers. They're the two big ones. They're the scary ones out this way.
What was his name?
Smiler.
The Smiler.
Smiler.
And his warband are the Defilers. He's an Eladrin. But Eladrin, you're both aware, Eladrin are a subrace of elf. Very connected with the Fey Plains. And Eladrin, I believe Eladrin themselves come in like 4 variants, one associated with each of the seasons.
They're cool as fuck.
So very, very naturey elves, very connected with the Fey Plains and all that.
What's he doing?
What's he doing here? Yeah.
What's he doing down there?
Another one, don't know how he got down here, but he's got a horrible reputation, vicious, cunning guy. Maggie's always said, thankfully I've never met him, but Maggie's always said not to trust his sweet words. But yeah, apparently he toppled the leader of some Yugoloth warband a few years back, and he's been leading those Yugoloths ever since. So you're going to want to do your best to avoid those ones. Probably less troublesome than them, you've got the Bitter Marauders. Some horned devil. He had his wings plucked by Zariel, apparently. Calls himself Bitter Breath. He's the one that leads them. That whole warband's made up of devils that fed up with Zariel, basically.
It'd be good to bring them in for Maggie.
Oh yeah, Maggie. I'd make Zariel pretty happy to see them brought in, so I'd do Maggie well. But, there's also another one that Zariel would probably quite like to see brought in is Princeps Kovic. His warband call themselves the Eighth Remnant. He's a chain devil or something. He's disillusioned with the Blood War, apparently. And his whole warband's made up of devils that gave up on the Blood War. Just trying to do things for themselves. Kind of smaller fries, though, you've got the Carcajuke warband and the Gorguts gang. The Gorguts gang are a bunch of lycanthropes. Apparently some devil promised that he'd lift the curse of lycanthropy from them in exchange for a period of service in the Blood War. But that devil died in the Blood War and nullified the contracts, and they found themselves stuck down here.
Sucks to be them.
So Raga Draga is the one that leads them. Werebore, I think. And the other one's the Carcajuke warband, a bunch of hobgoblins. Some Warlord Graja leads them. She's a hobgoblin. They've got some history with some pact they made with a devil that brought them here, and then they broke the pact. It's the whole big. Maggie tried to explain it to me sometime, but there's a whole history with them. That's most of the warbands active just now, anyway.
Appreciate the knowledge. Be on the lookout.
If you see any of the particularly worrisome ones, at least with the state of this Tormentor, you better run in and dealing with them head on.
All right. One for later. Late game.
You could say so.
Really good.
Do you guys mind if I run to the toilet and top up my drink just now?
Absolutely, go for
Take
it.
a quick wee break.
Yeah.
Back
go.
in a moment.
I'm gonna top up my drink.
I'll stop crunching.
No, crunch away, please.
I've just started crunching, so.
What are you eating?
I took a bit of chocolate through. It's a like dime chocolate, so it's got quite a crunch to it.
Thank goodness. I hate time.
I fucking love dime.
No, I will never know.
Oh.
Believe me, you don't want to. It's shit. Time's not good.
I think I remember it from like IKEA.
Oh god, yeah, they do a really nice dime cheesecake, is it?
What?
Is it a cheesecake or something?
That is a cheesecake, yeah.
That's all I know from it.
Oh.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so
Cheesecake.
you guys have crossed the Styx, you are continuing onwards. And the terrain around you gets kind of lighter in coloration, a bit more sandy. And as you're driving along, you find that you're kind of kicking up quite a plume of sand behind you. As you are continuing on in kind of southwesternly direction towards Mordekainen's tower, or where you believe it is according to the map. And as you are driving along, it's kind of frustrating because the river Styx is not really vanishing behind you all that much. Like you feel like you're going fast, but Styx is still just kind of there. But it is very slowly fading away. And one of you has a fast perception of 14, right?
Jelly does.
Jelly. Jelly, you see that to your north. It's way out in the distance, but it looks kind of like a large tree with a very thin stem and then balloons to like a great big canopy. And as you're looking at it, you realize it looks a lot like what were described as hell wasp nests on the map. Way off.
Okay, can I say to Nim that hell wasps love a good celestial? And
you bring that up, and Nim kind of looks out and goes, "Ah, yeah, it's a bit closer than I thought it would be." And she kind of like veers you off to the left, and you can see it. The hell wasp nest kind of disappears behind the horizon. It was too far for you to kind of make out any details, but the shape of it was definitely much like what you'd seen the hell wasp nest look like. She kind of veers you off, so you don't get too close to that.
After we kind of veer off, can I just like say to her like, so I noticed like when we traveled to Fort Knucklebone that like this plane and distance and space doesn't really seem to work the way you would expect from the mortal plane. Is that what we're calling
Mortal
it?
plane, yeah. Mortal plane.
What it's called. Any way to kind of gauge? I mean, you guys tend to drive out and travel about quite a lot. So, do you guys have a sure, fast way of gauging distance, or?
Basically, you do it by landmarks. Like, we know where Fort Knucklebone is. We know where Bell's Forge is. Even if the distance between those changes, we kind of know the direction we go in from Knucklebone to get to Bell's Forge, and then from there we know how to get to other places.
So you can never really tell how long it's going to take to get somewhere.
It can vary a lot.
That's unfortunate.
You just kind of keep in mind where things are in relation to each other, and the distance fluctuates.
Let's hope we get to the tower within the time limit then.
I'd say most of the time, trips out this way, you'll make it in time. And you guys continue on, and from this kind of sandy landscape, very large, like mesa-like formations kind of begin to dot the landscape, and kind of smaller rock formations around them. And you continue on, and you begin to feel yourselves get a bit tired. You've been traveling basically the whole day. And yeah, Nim's kind of looking out at the different kind of rock formations. let me know if you see any kind of like cave or covered area. We can maybe hole up, get some rest.
All right.
We look out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both of you make perception checks.
Oh no!
That's really not good.
Does Nim make a perception check?
Does
No.
Lulu make a perception check?
Lulu is
Lulu.
too busy just like sitting in the backseat with a trunk outstretched, playing with your hair from behind Jelly.
That's cute. Just let her do that.
And you continue on for like another hour or so, and you're looking around. Nowhere looks particularly good to like stash a vehicle and camp up.
Oh.
And then just kind of looking around, it's like, just have to make do somewhere. Actually, there's
You
like
ask
two.
Tom Jelly.
Yeah, I asked her. Show me the cave.
There are like two kind of raised, almost like pillars of stone, and them kind of eyes up. Like you could maybe sit between them. It's not the best, but I don't know if we're going to do much better. Just kind of slows down the tormentor and brings it in. You can see that these are very large, wide pillars of stone. So they kind of cover your view from a few angles, but there are other angles where you'd be visible, kind of across the plains. But then just kind of like parks up the tormentor and hops up, kind of looks around and goes, yeah, that might have to do. You guys got bedrolls and tents?
Yeah.
Do not bring my tent out, lest I be mocked.
But we have 2 normal people tents.
By the woman I'm trying to woo.
So I'm gonna say this one's for me and Lulu. Me and Lulu always share a tent. So Jelly.
Nim looks over at you, Jelly, and says, looks like we're sharing then. She gives you a wee wink.
I wink back. And I cast silence.
Immediately.
Oh yeah, but it's, you know I'm keeping that spell slot.
So you guys camp up for the evening. Well,
Should we
I
just
say
take
evening.
first watch?
It does not get dark, of course, but you guys are feeling tired after a day's travel.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Guardian of Faith. One of our open, like the biggest open space.
Okay, you plonk your Guardian of Faith down one of the openings. Yeah.
Holy shit, just plonk it down. So a large spectral guardian.
Lasts for 8 hours. Large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration of space. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I'm gonna plonk him.
Yeah. Okay, so you plonk your guard. You kind of say we pretty see that it's a large spectral guardian, so it's like 4 tiles on the map. There's kind of like figure made of these beautiful ornate pieces of armor that kind of float and spectrally in the air. And there's like a large kind of what's the word? Warhammer. And it's by its side, and it just kind of stands there, sentinel over that opening.
Which deity? Is it Torma or Natu?
It's a nice mix of both. It's their love child.
And then kind of looks up at it and raises an eyebrow. She's like, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's the first time I ever cast it though. I didn't realise it was going to be so big. But
I'm trying to be impressive.
No big deal.
Okay, before we go to sleep, do I have time to like do some stuff?
Yeah, you could do. You can like settling down there. Yeah, what'd you like to do?
What don't I want to do? So first off, I say to Amity, do you want me to send a message to anyone in particular? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
I mean,
doesn't have to be who I think it might be, but I've got a bunch of spells that I can use today.
what if you get attacked in the night? Should we, I think you should save your strength. I mean, I'd love to speak to Mortlock, but
Okay, that's fair.
I miss him so much.
That's fair. We are pretty out in the open. I might talk to Torm.
Yeah.
Anything in particular that you want me to ask, or is it a freebie today?
I guess we don't really have any big questions.
Not really.
Can you
We
tell
got
us
a lot
what
of
the Citadel
information.
is, actually, other than that?
Say that again.
Can you tell us what the fuck the Citadel is?
I mean, yeah, we could ask that.
I mean, well, we could ask that another time.
Okay.
If you want to
Yeah.
ask something, I don't really have anything
Okay.
I can think of.
Oh, just wanted to check. I will go into Torm mode. Activate.
You do the 10-minute ritual to connect with Torm via the Helm of Torm site. What would you like to ask?
Jelly would remember this. How did she word the question before about Amity's parents? Was it who are they? Or was it where are they? I can't remember.
I can't remember how you worded it.
I vividly recall it's where are they, you said.
Where are they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Burn into my fucking brain.
I mean, would they interpret that as like their bodies? Like, where doesn't necessarily, to me, suggest alive. Okay, I'm gonna ask. Show me a better vision, bitch. Like, where's that tower you showed me before? Oh, sorry. So that I think that is like one of the, what did you call them? The towers?
What Styx watchtowers?
Okay. Where is the Styx watchtower that you said one of Amity's parents is in or around? Give me coordinates, damn it.
A GPS ping.
Show me Spider-Man.
You could do one for Amity's parents every single night. Like, why the fuck's that dude in prison? Who the fuck is in prison?
Oh, I shouldn't have asked that question. I'm a fucking idiot. That's not what I wanted. Why did I ask it? No.
You've asked it now.
It's done now. It's fine. We got more days.
Do we? This could be the last.
So,
oh shit!
We'll never know the lore. I'm a fool.
So,
Foolish fool.
Through you connect with Torm, you feel his presence pass over you. You ask this question, and that golden light covers your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And it fades a little in the center. So there's still like this kind of aura of golden light around, but you can make out your own vision ahead of you. So you're sat where you were sat, looking out across Avernus, and without your own control, your head turns, and you find yourself facing to the north. And then the gold light dissipates entirely, leaving you sitting there looking out to the north.
I ask to get the map out of my bag. Out of the bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked them to point to where she thinks we might be on the map.
So it's like, well,
landmarks.
We're probably somewhere about here. Oh, it's not pinging because I've got the wrong tool. Somewhere around here.
here, and north is up here.
Well, there's also a watchtower directly in front of us, north.
Is that a watchtower?
Yeah, but I believe Maggie Ornham said that like the watchtowers are just run basically the entirety of the steps.
Right, and it's see when they pointed me north, like directly north, or is it just
north-ish?
kinda north?
kind of north-ish.
Wacky warehouse.
Very wacky warehouse.
Mythostar. Where are they at? Oh,
They
okay.
could be anywhere in that bitch.
They could be.
Can I hear when Jelly asks the question?
I don't think she can. That's why I asked.
I would say no.
Okay.
She's asking.
It just hit me.
Yeah. She is using the helm to connect with Torm and then asks telepathically.
All right, that would have been a.
That would have been a juicy.
That would have been something.
Wait, what?
On par with Zariel.
Zariel.
I still hear it in my nightmares. With the hated voice. Yeah, I just asked how my family were, and they seem fine. So that's good.
Okay, that's nice. Do you want to cast sending so you can like talk to them, maybe? I mean, if you've seen their save, it should be okay. Baby, it's nice to talk. Your mum seems to really worry about you.
I'm gonna do that anyway because I actually don't know if there's Hold on, there were things in motion in my brain, and they all just screeched to a halt. I'll cast sending, and I'll talk to my mama.
Okay, you contact Rosen Togglesteel.
I say, "Hi, mama. I'm fine. Dyed my hair. Got a car. Going off the deep end. Ha ha. Hope you're well. I love you. What's going on?"
I think you got what's going.
No.
Maybe I miscounted.
Okay, what's going?
What's going? What's going?
What's going? You know, that's what we say in
So, what's going? Your mother's voice comes back. She sounds a little groggy, as if you've maybe just woken her up.
Oh fuck!
Says,
I'm sure she's happy.
"Oh, Shelly, I'm so glad to hear you're okay. What's a car?"
That it?
I'm sure your hair looks lovely, but aren't you quite busy? I love you.
Not really, you know how it is. I'm just gonna leave her with that. She can think about what car is. She can sit and think about it.
Oh god. Anything else you guys want to do?
I'm good.
All good.
No.
You have been working on Fortune's favor, Amity. I don't know if you want to continue working.
Shit,
on
yeah,
that,
you're actually right. After the catastrophe last time, Amity's not very willing to start again. But she'll wander off.
Okay, how far away from the camp do you wander here?
Like 50 feet.
50 feet away. So you wander 50 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing the same thing, you get the coin out and try to like
I'm doing my coin shit.
You're practicing your Fortune's favor. You got 19 last time. So if you could make a charisma check, because charisma is your spellcasting modifier.
Oh, okay.
So it's charisma you use to spellcast. So if you make a charisma check, well, I'll make a note of that. And if you could also make a magic surge roll at disadvantage.
Ooh. We good?
Oh yeah, you're very good. Yeah. So you spend some time kind of building on what you did last time, trying to keep a tighter control on things this time. You let it get a better hand. Tapping into that wild magic is a dangerous thing to toy around with, but you focus and you think that you're maybe beginning to get closer still. You've not quite got it down, but you're at least feeling confident at taking small steps at controlling the chaos in just the right way.
All right.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
And as like you wander off 50 feet and just start standing there flipping a coin repeatedly, Nim like nudges Jelly. Like, she always do this?
Yeah. It's just. Do I understand do I even understand what she's doing? Has Fortune's favour been explained to me?
I don't know if Amity's explained or if she's been like, I'm going to go practice a spell.
You can ask her. That's fine.
So Amity returns after you've done your like sending and all that, presumably. So.
Amity, what was that all?
Where are you? So you know I've been practicing with this new kind of magic.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the gravity and the twisting and the stuff.
That's true.
I'm trying to twist it in a way that like if I can feel something's not going in my way,
Mm-hmm.
I can like have another go almost, and like I could help someone else have another go. Like I could try and give someone another chance
That's so fucking
at something.
That's really powerful. That's really cool if you could do that.
I'm, I made more progress the first time, but I kind of went a bit wild the first time. It'll be great because then we could kind of
end luck.
Yeah, you could do what I do. You'd have some of that with you.
Oh, the same way that you can sometimes feel like Onatu or Torm's energy.
Yeah.
I'd feel what you feel. That's really cool.
I think I'm just missing something. Maybe a pearl.
I believe Jelly has a pearl for identify.
Communal pearl?
Yeah.
As you can just pass it between you, whoever needs it at any given moment.
Yeah.
We'll experiment.
The pearl. Go for it. Mm-hmm. Fill your boots.
Yeah. So is there anything else, or are you wrapping up for the night? I
am actually going to... Can I have a look at Nim's toolbox?
Yes.
Can I look at tools? Are they good tools?
They are very different tools to what a blacksmith would use. Like as a blacksmith, you don't really work with like wrenches and spanners and screwdrivers and things like that.
I have an understanding of the metal, right?
Sure, yeah.
Like, is it good metal? Are any of them dented? Like,
make an intelligence check with your proficiency on it. So intelligence +3.
So just like an intelligence roll and then add 3.
Yeah. You're looking them over and you're like, well, I don't really know like the way they're used, and so you're not really sure like in terms of the quality. You're not really sure you could kind of make an accurate estimate.
Hey Nim, these any good?
Yeah, they're pretty good. Maggie keeps us well stocked.
Because I could make them better if you think that hell.
What do you mean make them better?
I could make you some new tools using the blessing of an artisan.
I mean, sure, you're not going to take those ones though, are you? No,
I've got some metal in the bag, and it's the hell metal, which.
Oh, that shit burns.
Oh, I don't know. Jelly knew that, she wouldn't have said it. Which she did know, but Sarah doesn't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Got you.
But yeah, I mean, a spare would never hurt.
You want it?
Not from the hell iron, but if you've got, I mean, if you
All I did was pick up the shit iron. I think.
I just have scraps of metal written down. That could mean anything.
you probably have a few different things that you could probably try and from something that is not hell iron, sort of
Okay.
hellfire iron.
Whatever it's called.
I think
Right.
it's hellfire iron.
See, whatever Maggie told me was the strongest type of metal that's in my bag. I'm gonna use like I said, I don't know. I'm gonna use Artisan's Blessing to make
Okay.
a set of tools. So I
Okay, you make some spares, and I think there's like a price limit to it, isn't there? So.
no more than 100 gold pieces.
Oh, okay, that's a very high price limit. Yeah, so you're able to
Are
make.
very good.
You are able
Aren't
to.
they?
You spend an hour. You tap into that connection between you and Onatu as you create some beautiful tools here. They are very close in terms of functionality to what Nim already has. These are very beautiful. You've got all kind of ornate designs going on with them.
Yes, of course. Got to make them pretty.
Yep. And you finish up, and you feel Onatu's presence kind of fill you, and then when it does pass away, it kind of leaves this kind of lingering contentedness.
Nice.
And
Here we go.
she looks at the moment. She goes, "Oh, shit, that was fast."
I'm very good with my hands.
Yeah. Hey, seems so.
You with me.
I'll silence.
Yeah, she is very pleased with the new tools she made there. Very happily surprised.
And with that, I say, Amity, do you mind taking the first watch?
Yeah, I already volunteered. I'll do it.
Okay. So you guys will hunker down for the evening.
And I'm gonna cast silence.
Do you want to warn him that you're doing that first, or are you just gonna go in?
No, I'm gonna be like, so it's gonna be weird, but if you're up for a repeat all night, I can make sure we have some privacy. Since we're
Hey, it's bad that it's more than Amity and Warlock had.
that's true.
Which was zero warning.
The fucking flashbacks to that.
What a night to remember.
Warlock poking his head out. What's going on?
Out here
I was like,
shaking jelly sticks.
What have you done?
Oh, fuck.
You gotta roll with the punches, man.
Punches.
So, you cast silence, and that lasts for like, what, 10 minutes? So you have 10 minutes of silence to have your fun.
To roll your con.
Yeah, make your con check.
Please change the tab, thank you. Same as before.
That's a con save.
Oh no!
Every time.
Still decent.
You guys have a real good time, and you finish up very quickly, so you're not.
Yeah.
You're not
efficient.
Yeah.
We get in, we get out.
So
yeah, with the watches, we'll say that it's Amity, then Jelly Nim.
Yeah.
Okay. Amity, make a perception check.
Just chilling next to the massive fucking guardian.
You gotta chat. You can chat to them, right? I don't think you can, but you could try.
I do not see.
9 perception. Yeah, so you kind of sit there, you see like every now and then the kind of wind picks up and maybe a wee bit of sand gets tossed around, but nothing really that exciting that happens in the few hours you spend taking your watch. And with that, you wake up Jelly. Jelly takes over her watch. So if you could make your roll.
Can I guide myself?
Yeah, sure. You can say your prayer before you go to start your watch.
Perception. Oh.
GCs.
Should I
everything.
even bother rolling guidance for a crit?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh.
Got 24 there. Plus
25.
25.
I can
So,
go for a break.
as you're sitting there, Jelly, you hear something very distant and far off. It sounds like an engine, like an infernal war machine engine, but it sounds more powerful than your tormentors. It's far off, but maybe getting a wee bit closer. and you listen in, and you pick out that there are more engines, 3 vehicles in total. Two of them much quieter than one.
Okay.
There's that one that sounds very large and intense. There's other 2 others that are much quieter than that.
And they're heading this way.
They're still very far off. You kind of listen for a bit, and then it kind of sounds like they're going away from you. And then you don't hear them anymore.
Right. I guess keep the ears and eyes open.
So that happens during your few hour stint taking watch, but nothing else of note happens. And just as you're going to wake up them, you do see that kind of like far off. You see the kind of clouds light up and a meteor comes down, crashes very far off in the distance, and nothing really after that.
Okay.
So you then wake up Nim. She takes her watch as you get some more sleep in. And yeah, you guys are then awoken by Nim. You guys all get the benefit of a long rest. Everyone back to full HP. Any spell slots you used recovered. And Nim hops in to the Tormentor, starts it up. Oh, you guys ready then?
Everyone gets a nice speech.
Inspiring leader speech. Everyone gets that 12 temporary hit points, and I'll make a better note of it this time. Here. Inspiring leader. There. So, unless there's anything you guys want to do before you head off. Nope. You head off. Once more kicking up sand as you go, still kind of making your way through this area that's mostly sand with these kind of rocky mesas and smaller rock formations passing you by, and then kind of casually arcing our way around. And I need both of you to make perception checks.
Sorry, I don't know what you've got planned for the day, Gav, but...
So don't worry, I'll wrap it up real soon. Okay.
Ooh.
So, Jelly, you are just transfixed with Nim right now, just admiring this spunky little gnome there. It's just driving you through Avernus.
It's so hot when she drives.
You do not notice, but Amity does, that as you drive by one of these rocky mesas, there is a kind of like crevice within it. And as you pass by, Amity, you get a quick glimpse. There were Inferno war machines parked in there.
I will alert the rest.
And as you lean forward to inform the others of that, you hear engines start up.
Oh no!
And you all are behind you, and a demon grinder rolls out. One of those big 6-wheeled ones with a wrecking ball and the big kind of crunching mouth of teeth at the front. And as it kind of wheels out, 2 Devil's Rides, the motorbikes, come out as well, going much faster than the demon grinder. And the demon grinder kind of trundles out and tries to pick up speed. The 2 Devil's Rides arc out ahead of the demon grinder and kind of space out, so they're coming in from either side of you and attempt to catch up, going faster than you do in your Tormentor. And as these 3 war machines come out from this crevice and give chase to you, we will end tonight's session there.
Oh. So it was Devil's driving?
No, sorry, the motorbikes are called Devil's Rides. And the big one is called the Demon Grinder, but you did not get a good look at who the riders actually are.
Riders are...
Oh, damn.
Oh, shit.
I'm so excited. I am so ready to
explore this map.
To explore, to meet this fucking wizard, to... For Jelly to look at the north some more.
I'm going to have to study this fucking map.
Still not telling Amity anything.
I love it.
What can you tell her? Your dad's a devil. Your mum's in chains.
Then we don't know if it's the other way round.
Exactly.
And also,
It could be the same person, for all I know.
if they were actually devils, though, wouldn't Amity be one of those other things and not a tiefling?
Yeah, if one of your parents was a devil, you would not be a tiefling, you'd be a Cambion.
Hmm.
So,
One checked off the list.
if only I could.
What the fuck? Some normal ass humans just hanging out in Avernus.
I have a plan.
Oh, that's scary.
Are you gonna message me the plan? To scheme?
Scheme.
Our last
also,
didn't go too well.
by the way, I'm just sending you a picture just now. So this picture that's coming through, the bottom one is a devil's ride. The one above that is a tormentor. The one above that is a demon grinder.
Oh god.
So it's 2 devil's rides and a demon grinder that are currently coming out of that crevice and giving chase to you.
Hey, I know exactly where to put a little metal gear in that demon grinder to make it.
That's true. That's true. You did help the Kenku out with that.
What's the mage hand's range? 30 feet.
You're gonna send the mage hand down to just dismantle it from the inside.
Well, actually, could I just cast a mage hand in front of me, and then by the time it's going so fast.
I'm pretty it doesn't like disappear once it leaves your range though.
Oh, maybe.
It will stop the recording.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.